So, you're not ready to spend Teradek money, but you are looking to step into the world of wireless video transmission. If you're anything like me, you've looked at quite a few systems on the market, and maybe you've even narrowed it down to these two: the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro and the Hollyland Cosmo 600 series. Today, we're putting these two systems head to head in a battle of scientific tests for my money. Two systems enter, one system leaves. Well, leaves my house, because I'm selling it. We've got 10 categories in which we'll be pitting these two systems against each other for absolute dominance. This isn't about in-depth reviews of either of these products. That's what the last two videos were about, and they got really long, so instead, we're gonna put these two guys in a room and yell, "Fight!" Round one, packaging. For this first category, we're starting with something completely useless, the box. The Mars 400S Pro comes in a nice box that reminds me of an Apple product. It's certainly consumer grade. The Cosmo comes in an ugly brown box, but inside that box is another box that's waterproof and stuff, so it's actually useful and won't just end up in the trash. Win. Cosmo. Round two, physical I/O. The Mars 400S Pro has SDI and HDMI on both the transmitter and receiver. The Cosmo 600 has HDMI and SDI inputs on the transmitter, as well as HDMI and dual SDI out on the receiver. In the physical I/O world, the Cosmo wins. Win. Cosmo. Round three, receiving signal. The Mars 400S Pro can connect to the receiver, or to two receivers, or to one receiver and two apps, or to four apps with no receiver. You can also send signal out from the USB-C port on the back to an RJ45 adapter directly into your computer for live streaming. The Cosmo 600 has two SDI out and an HDMI out. End of list. Win. Mars. Round four, range. Mars 400S Pro has an advertised 400 feet line-of-sight transmission range, but it wildly outperformed that advertised range to go to over 1,000 feet. The Cosmo 600 has an advertised 600 feet line-of-sight range, but it reaches almost 1,300 feet before it drops out. Unfortunately, the signal is fuzzier than on the Mars for a large portion of this range. The Cosmo goes further, but the Mars has a clearer picture at long ranges. I'm calling that a tie. Win. Both. Round five, mounting. The Mars 400S Pro has a 1/4-inch 20-thread mount on the bottom, and that's actually drilled into the bottom of a cold shoe mount. The Cosmo 600 on the transmitter has a 1/4-inch 20-thread, and the receiver has a 1/4-inch 20-thread and 3/8-inch receivers for use with magic arms. That cold shoe, though, boy, it's just convenient like a 7-Eleven, and I love convenience. Win. Mars. Round six, latency. Keep in mind, the numbers you're about to see, you have to subtract 100 milliseconds from the latency you'll see in the test, as the monitor actually introduces that as a baseline. The Mars 400S Pro, in its quickest mode, has a latency of 80 milliseconds. The Cosmo 600 only has one mode, and it's zero latency, less than 1 millisecond. Win. Cosmo. Round seven, size. The Mars 400S Pro is fairly small, and it doesn't add much bulk to your rig. The Cosmo 600 is a larger piece of kit, and it feels even bigger with the antenna attached. Win. Mars. Round eight, style. The Mars 400S Pro has a sleek design that also serves to make its center of gravity lower, so it serves a practical purpose of working better with gimbal setups. The Cosmo 600 looks like most gear. It's a rectangle. And also the antenna looks stupid. Win. Mars. Round nine, included accessories. The Mars 400S Pro comes with antenna and a wall power adapter. Also included is a nifty little spare antenna. The Cosmo 600 also comes with a spare antenna. It also comes with a completely different variety of antenna altogether: 2 D-tap power cables for running power, a little clamp for mounting a receiver to your stand, a USB cable, and a waterproof case to put everything in so you're not using fancy cardboard to carry things around. Win. Cosmo. Round 10. Price. The Mars 400S Pro is $649. The Cosmo 600 is $1,699. Now, the Mars 400S Pro technically has more features than the Cosmo 600 at a lower price point, but it has more latency. So I can't pull focus on the Mars like I want to, but I can't let people use their phones with the Cosmo, which means they both occupy different spaces entirely, and oh no, I think I just realized something. Win. Neither. Both. It's a tie. Final score 6-6. Tie. So, what have we learned? Well, mostly just that science has failed us. But if there's anything the last year has taught me, it's that where science isn't sure, there's always opinion. So, which product is right for whom? The Mars 400S Pro is a great entry into wireless video, and if you're using autofocus in your camera and just want to be able to see the frame while filming yourself, or wow your clients with the ability to see a feed from their phone, it's a great choice for everything, from tripods to gimbal work. I was hoping the 400S Pro would be enough for me to have a wireless focus puller, but as much as I like this little thing, those 80 milliseconds of delay just won't cut the mustard. I don't know exactly what that saying means, but it certainly implies you want your mustard cut. Now, if you are looking to take a scalpel to your condiments, that's where the Cosmo 600 steps in. The latency is almost non-existent with this system, and you're getting an uncompressed video signal, and you get encryption. For wireless focus pulling with the first AC, you're going to want to get the Cosmo. Remember, the Mars is low latency. The Cosmo is no latency. And the difference is night and day when you're relying on what you're seeing to pull focus with a shallow lens. It's not fun to spend the extra money, I know, but it hurts more to spend money on something that doesn't actually do what you need it to. It's also great to have that extra little bit of range, just in case. And multiple outputs from the receiver means you can separate out your AC and your client's viewing monitors with that dual SDI output. If you're not looking for no latency transmission for mission critical focus pulling, the Mars 400S Pro has a lot of flexibility and it looks cool to boot. And at the end of the day, we're all just trying to look cooler than that rig we saw online, so that counts for something, at least. Which of these, then, am I keeping? Well, when I started testing these, it felt very much like it was an either-or situation. It was either worth spending the extra on the Cosmo and getting rid of the Mars because of the latency, or the latency wasn't that big a deal and I should save money by sticking with the little guy. But now that I've used them both, and I can see how I would use each feature set in different situations, well, I don't think I'm getting rid of either of them. And that sounds crazy, I know, but they're just so different from one another, and I know I'll make use of both of them. But, okay, if you twist my arm and I had to make a choice, I'd keep just the Cosmo. Remote focus pulling is the main reason I spent any money at all, and that's where the Cosmo excels. There you have it. The higher end tool wins. For me, at least. I mean, you should consider your budget and your actual use case when you make a decision for yourself. Remember, no one knows your situation like you do, so do some research. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. And if you watched the whole series, thanks a heap ton for that. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, like, all that stuff, and I hope you have a fantastic day.